Blessed greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am the Patriarch of the Celtic Cross Ministry and Celtic Cross Foundation of Ministry, Andrew Patrick. It is unexpected for me to be back, and I do say that with all due sincerity. I am back in control. My healing after 6 weeks has been nothing less than miraculous. Your prayers and God's grace and mercy has shown great improvements. I'm not 100% healed yet, but the doctor's treatments and the therapy that I have been receiving and continue to go through, and circumstances involved have caused me to return to my duties as the Patriarch of the ministry. And in doing so, very blessed to be able to come back and take charge and guide our ministry back forward into the path of what we have started so many years ago. We are coming up on October, and as many of you know, October is the end of our year, so to speak. The end of October is the end of our fiscal year. The beginning of November is the beginning of our new fiscal year. And we coincide that with the time frame of the Celtic New Year. So that kind of gives you an idea for us. Celtic Cross, we try to keep things simple. So we use that calendar in that respect only. Well, anyhow, like I said, circumstances have caused me to return rather prematurely. I am, again, like I said, not 100%. I'm still learning to do some simple things for the most part, but have made great progress. My doctors are very pleased with my recovery, and those around me are watching me very, very closely and coming and sitting with me and talking with me, making sure that I'm okay. So we're very blessed to be able to come back and lead our church and our flock, meaning you, and help this ministry to grow again. We've had some structural changes, and that's another reason why I have come back to take the reins of the church and the ministry and the foundation. We just recently, as you are very well should be aware of, and if not, then we're very proud to announce that here in September, we became an incorporated nonprofit organization recognized here in the state of Ohio, across the nation, and internationally. So with that comes great responsibility, and we have some requirements that we are looking into so that we can meet those and progress and go to the next phase in our development and our growth. So we're looking forward to that. And in turn, our clergy are doing the same thing within their organizations, and we're also revising our canons, and I'm going through those line by line right now. We have a draft of new canons that have been worked on, and we thank our Chancellor, now Prior, Chad, who worked diligently for almost a year on this project, and we're very blessed to have him consulting with us on this, and still part of our ministry in our chaplaincy program and our monastery program. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to know that when we do the Lord's will in our lives, Satan doesn't like that very much, and I think you know what I mean. He will attack us from any aspect of our lives he can possibly disrupt it. And he has tried to do that many times in this ministry over the years. Because we do take the hard line, so to speak, we stand firm on the Holy Scriptures. We take a hard line on moral and ethical standards, and our code of ethics and moral ethics and code, as well as our faith and belief statements and our canons, show that rigidness. And I don't mean that in a negative or overly conservative stance. I do mean it from a stance of structure in people's lives. We have a world that is in chaos, and we can see that Satan and his dominions are having their way, and biblically, that is the way it is. But that doesn't mean that we should go that way. And that's one reason why the Old Catholic Celtic Templar Rite and the Protestant Celtic Templar Rite are formed under the Celtic Cross Ministry Incorporated. And in doing so, we are trying to make a refuge for Christians that are seeking that strong will to do the Lord's way in their life and will in their life. And that's what we want for you. And because we do that, just because we call ourselves Christians does not mean that life gets easier. We will be persecuted, we will be challenged, we will be trials and tribulations numerous coming at us when we stand with Christ. But as we stand with Christ and we fight and we achieve those victories in His name, in His righteousness, in His glory, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, then in that case, we will have our reward in heaven, in His glory. He stands with us. He goes through everything with us. And when I say that, as you know, I just went through a little over 6 weeks and a couple of days ago, a major surgery, brain surgery, to have an aneurysm in my brain clipped, and meaning a titanium or platinum device clamp cut off a bubble that was burst in me, would have killed me, and had to walk around my life worrying about that. As you can, massive, it goes all down through my temple, up through the middle of my. Hopefully, as you know, my hair grows and grows fairly so within the couple, cover it up, at least for the most part. What I'm getting at, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is our clergy is under attack every single day for standing firm to do our Lord's will. Clergy around the world are facing this, and we see clergy, some doing better than others. That doesn't mean that they're giving in. It doesn't mean that they're doing something right and others are doing something wrong. These are the way they are. But this ministry will not go away. This ministry is more than just a movement. This ministry was started by God in my heart, and He guides me and everyone else affiliated with it. And we are proud of every single individual, past, present, and future, that comes involved with us, because each one has contributed, does contribute, and will contribute something awesome to the glory of God our Father and His flock, the lost of this world. And that is what this ministry stands for. That's what we are to do. We are to bear good fruit, each and every soul that calls themselves a Christian. And if we do not bear good fruit, then God turns around and He prunes the vine. Well, we have seen the Lord prune the vine in this ministry lately. And in turn, we've had to make some adjustments. Well, one of the adjustments we've had to make, we've lost another very vital member by their choice, but that's okay. They follow what they feel the Lord is telling them. We do not argue with that. If we don't hold anyone against their will, we're not a cult or anything of that nature. We accept people, and if they choose to leave, we don't stop them. Okay? It's that simple. However, we do have a strict code. And if you do not abide by that, by our rules and regulations and our policies and our procedures, well, you're going to be We won't just allow a certificate on the wall. We want you to bear good fruit for the kingdom of God and the glory of God. And if that's not the case, then you'll be gone. So you'll see our clergy numbers go up and down like a yo-yo. I hate to say that, but that's the way it is. I don't play well with others. I admit that. And I say that in all due seriousness. And I say that because, to me, the most important thing that any human being has in their life, the most precious commodity that they own, is their salvation. And it is the least thing that they most generally care about, and that being doing God's will over their own. It's taken me, well, I'm 55 years old now. It's taken me over 40 years to come to that realization in my own personal life. We are in this world, but as Christians, we are no longer of this world. And we need to be aware of what that truly means. And this ministry, the Celtic Cross Ministry, tries to bring that understanding to life by our actions, by our words, and we try to radiate that to you. Well, that's what my mission as the Patriarch of the Celtic Cross Ministry is. So I wanted to take a time to let you know that I am back and that we have some changes coming up. One of those changes is Bishop Todd Smith has left us, and we wish him absolutely the best, as we do Abbess Bishop Sherry Mercier and her husband Mark. We love them all dearly. They are always in our hearts and our prayers, but that's their choice, and we wish them the best, as we do all of our brothers and sisters that have left us in the past. With that said, the Christians Underground Network, Bishop Todd, that was his. He brought that into our ministry, and we incorporated it into our ministry. But since he has left, and though I have not personally talked with him at this point, at the time of this video, I have given that back, those rights back to him, and released that so he can use it as he so chooses. We have since started the Christians Refuge Network, and you can find that on our website, our new website, christians-refuge-network.com, and that is a part of our underground network to help get news and reports and information to you, which will incorporate a number of different aspects. The Christians Refuge Network, we're looking at incorporating part of our as like a division, and incorporating our media aspects like we did the Christians Underground Network under it. But I wanted to lovingly give that back to our brother and let him use that in his ministry, and that was his. So again, we don't hold any animosity towards anyone. We only love as God would want us to do. WWJD, what would Jesus do? That's what we try to do, and that's what we preach. So try to incorporate all of that love that we show others into your life. Show respect, show God's gift and mercy and forgiveness. Because when it comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be wanting that from God yourself. And if you don't show it back, then you won't get it from Him. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to thank you so very much for taking a few minutes to watch this video, and it is wonderful to be back. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can email me at info@celticcrossministry.com, or go to our ministry's main website or official website at www.celticcrossministry.com. I'm the Patriarch of the Celtic Cross Foundation and Ministry, saying God bless, and it's good to be back here at Celtic Cross Ministry Inc. Have a great day.